The day 3 men in fake uniforms stormed onto my lawn, waving badges that weren't even real, was the day my patience ended. They said I was under arrest for violating HOA rules. What they didn't know was that I spent the last 12 years serving as a federal agent, and I don't take kindly to imposters on my property. Stay with me, because this isn't just a story about a bad HOA. It's about a group of neighbors who thought they could play cops and ended up in federal court. My name is David Ruiz, 41 years old, FBI special agent, and a single dad, raising 2 kids in a quiet neighborhood in Arizona. I bought my house 6 years ago because it was peaceful, affordable, and outside the chaos of the city. What I didn't realize was that the Homeowners Association here was less about keeping lawns tidy and more about controlling everyone like a dictatorship. At first, it was small things. Notes about my trash cans being visible on collection day. Warnings about my truck being too big for the driveway. But it escalated. By 2023, One evening, there was a loud knock at my door. I opened it to find 3 men standing in my yard. They were wearing tactical vests with bold patches that said HOA enforcement. They flashed badges and told me I was under arrest for violating HOA rules. At first, I froze. Arrested over HOA rules? Then I realized they were pointing at my old pickup truck in the driveway. "It's too big," one of them said, "against the neighborhood standards. Either pay the fine right now, or we tow it." And get this, they wanted cash. No receipts, no paperwork, nothing. My kids peeked nervously through the window, watching all this unfold. I asked them to show me the exact bylaw I'd broken. One guy flipped through a binder with half-printed papers. Another waved his badge again, but up close, I could see it was plastic. It was all fake. And when one of them snapped open a pair of handcuffs, that's when I decided to end this little show. I stood there, watching these so-called officers fumble through their act. One of them opened a flimsy binder, flipping through half-printed pages, pretending it was official paperwork. Another waved his badge at me again, and that's when I saw it clearly under the porch light. Plastic, crooked edges, fake. My kids were peeking from the window, eyes wide, trying to make sense of why strangers were threatening their dad. The men shifted nervously, their confidence cracking. Their threats got weaker, their voices less certain. And in that moment, I knew the only power they had was fear. And I wasn't about to give them that. Parentheses. Just as the tension peaked, distant sirens pierced the night. Red and blue lights reflected across the street and on my porch. The fake HOA cops froze. Their confidence vanished. Within minutes, real officers arrived, weapons ready, and began securing the scene. The imposters tried to run, but the street was blocked. One by one, they were handcuffed, their scam finally exposed. I stood there, my kids watching from the window, the adrenaline still buzzing, realizing how close we had come to danger. The neighborhood was quiet again, but things would never feel the same. Neighbors came out of their homes, murmuring about what had just happened. They had seen the confrontation, but didn't know the whole story. I thought about how easy it would have been for these imposters to intimidate someone else, someone alone, someone who might have believed them. It was a stark reminder. Danger doesn't always come in the dark, masked or hidden. Sometimes it shows up in a uniform. Standing on your porch. Over the next few days, I shared my story with friends, family, and neighbors. Fake HOA cops, fake authority, cash-only threats. These scams happen more often than people realize. I urged everyone to check credentials, ask for real documentation, and never give money to someone at the door claiming to enforce HOA rules. Knowledge is protection. Awareness is power. Looking back, I know we were lucky. My kids were safe. My family was unharmed. But the lesson is clear. Appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes, the most dangerous people aren't hiding in shadows. They're standing right in front of you, pretending to uphold the law. And the only thing that can stop them is courage, calm, and knowing your rights.